Welcome back to the channel, guys. Coming up in today's video, we've got three stocks that are forming a perfect breakout retest pattern, along with the recent economic events that every investor should know. So stick around till the end because we have a lot to cover and a lot to discuss. Before we jump into the stock ideas, let's quickly go through the biggest developments that shaped the market over the past week. The biggest catalyst was undoubtedly the June Consumer Price Index report. Inflation came in cooler than expected, with headline CPI actually falling on a month-over-month basis for the first time since the early stages of the pandemic, while core inflation also remained softer than economists had anticipated. That immediately eased concerns about inflation reaccelerating. Treasury yields moved lower, and investors scaled back expectations of another near-term Federal Reserve rate hike. The second major theme was the unofficial start of earnings season, with several of the largest U.S. banks reporting quarterly results. JPMorgan Chase stole the spotlight by posting the highest quarterly profit ever recorded by a U.S. bank, earning over $21 billion during the quarter. Bank of America also delivered a solid quarter, with equity trading revenue jumping 70% and investment banking fees rising 50%, highlighting the continued strength in capital markets activity. Citigroup reported its highest quarterly revenue in a decade, with profit rising 45% year over year. Although investors remained cautious about higher expenses later this year, which weighed on the stock despite the earnings beat. Goldman Sachs was another standout, reporting record quarterly revenue of more than $20 billion. Equities trading revenue surged 72%, while investment banking fees climbed 55%, helping the company comfortably beat Wall Street expectations. Overall, the strong results reinforce the view that deal-making is picking up, trading activity remains robust, and the U.S. banking sector continues to benefit from healthy capital markets despite elevated interest rates. All right, with all the recent events covered, let's begin the stock picks for the day, where we will discuss three stocks forming very clear breakout retest patterns, starting with Liberty Energy. And for this one, we're looking at the weekly time frame. If we go back to May 27th, 2024, that's where the stock formed a very important resistance level around $24.75. The price tested that area multiple times, but wasn't able to break above it, making it a well-defined ceiling on the chart. That finally changed during the week of February 2nd, 2026, when Liberty Energy convincingly broke above that resistance. A breakout like that often marks a shift in market sentiment, as a level that previously attracted sellers can begin acting as support once it's reclaimed. Since that breakout, it's been about 23 weeks. The stock has gradually pulled back toward the same level. That's exactly what we're seeing now. The previous resistance around $24.75 is now being tested from above, which is why this qualified for today's breakout retest screener. The stock is currently trading at $25.27, putting it only about 2.1% above that retest level. I generally like to see these setups before they've moved too far away from support, and this one still remains relatively close to that area. If buyers continue defending this level and the stock starts moving higher again, it would suggest that the previous resistance has successfully transitioned into support. That's the key confirmation I'd be watching over the next few weeks. Coming to the business itself, Liberty Energy is an energy services company that provides completion services and technologies to oil, natural gas, and enhanced geothermal energy producers across North America. The company has also been expanding into advanced power, and energy storage solutions through its Liberty Power Innovations business. It currently has a market capitalization of $4.12 billion and generated $150.32 million in income on revenue of $4.05 billion, resulting in a profit margin of 3.71%. The company trades at a PE ratio of 27.73 and offers a dividend yield of 1.39%. Next on the list is ADTRAN Holdings, and once again, we're looking at the weekly time frame. This chart is following a very similar story. The key resistance level was created on February 24th, 2025 at $12.44. For several months, that level acted as a ceiling, and prevented the stock from moving any higher. Eventually, during the week of March 23rd, 2026, the stock managed to break above that resistance, confirming the breakout. Following the breakout, buyers pushed the stock significantly higher before profit-taking set in, leading to the pullback we're seeing today. It's now been about 16 weeks since that breakout, and the stock has worked its way back toward its previous resistance level. Rather than seeing this as weakness, many technical traders actually look for this type of price action because healthy breakouts often revisit the breakout level before attempting the next leg higher. At the moment, ADTRAN is trading at $12.60, which places it only about 1.29% above its previous resistance. That's a very shallow retest, and it's exactly the type of setup I like to screen for because the stock hasn't drifted too far away from its newly established support. The important thing going forward will be whether buyers can continue defending the $12.44 level. If that support holds, it would strengthen the case that the breakout remains intact. ADTRAN develops networking and communications equipment that enables voice, data, video, and internet connectivity across a wide range of network infrastructures. It serves customers through networking hardware, software, and support services. The company currently has a market capitalization of $1.02 billion and generated revenue of $1.12 billion. However, it reported a net loss of $31.32 million, resulting in a negative profit margin of 2.79%. Since the company is currently unprofitable, it doesn't have a meaningful PE ratio, and its EPS stands at negative 0.39. Finally, let's look at Alcoa, once again on the weekly time frame. This is another breakout retest setup, but compared to the previous two stocks, this breakout has been in place for the longest period. The previous resistance was formed on November 25th, 2024 at $47.77. After spending some time trading below that level, the stock finally broke above it during the week of December 15th, 2025, confirming the breakout. Since then, it's been roughly 30 weeks. The stock is currently trading at $49.06, putting it about 2.7% above the retest level. So despite the recent decline, the stock is still holding above its previous breakout point. From here, I'd like to see buyers step back in and defend that area because if they do, it would reinforce the validity of the original breakout and potentially set the stage for the next move higher. Alcoa is one of the world's leading aluminum producers, operating across the entire value chain from bauxite mining and alumina refining to aluminum smelting and casting. The company has a market capitalization of $12.95 billion and generated $1.05 billion in income on revenue of $12.98 billion, giving it a profit margin of 8.07%. It trades at a PE ratio of 12.34, has an EPS of 3.98, and currently offers a dividend yield of 0.82%. Now, before I wrap up the video, I'd like to go through a few examples of the breakout retest pattern. I think seeing real charts makes it much easier to understand how this pattern works and why I like it so much. The first one is ticker CRDO. You can see a very straightforward breakout retest pattern. The stock establishes a resistance, breaks above it, comes back to retest that level, and then simply explodes higher from there. Next is CVE. Again, a very similar structure. The stock picks up almost exactly from the breakout retest level and goes on to deliver a 139% move in a relatively short period of time. Then we have TSM. Once again, it's the same story. A breakout, a retest, and then a 94% move after the retest. Next is Apple. I think it's a stock that most of us know well and many probably own in our portfolios. Again, we see the same sequence, breakout, retest, and then a 140% move. Then we have AMAT, which gave a massive 260% move after the breakout retest. That's an incredible rally starting right from the breakout level. Next is VNO. The stock breaks out, comes back for its first retest, and then goes on to rally 190% in a relatively short amount of time. After that, we have NVX, again, breakout, retest, and then a 55% move as shown on the chart. Then there's AEVIA. The stock forms a resistance, breaks above it, comes back for the retest, and then rallies 66% in just 5 trading sessions after the retest. That's a remarkable move in such a short period. Now let's look at Bitcoin. The breakout retest pattern isn't limited to stocks. In my experience, it appears across many different markets because it's really driven by market psychology. When a breakout happens, it tells us that buyers have managed to overcome the selling pressure at that level. Then, when the price revisits that same level, buyers often step in again because they've already shown interest there before. Unless something has fundamentally changed, that level can continue to act as support. You can see that in Bitcoin as well, where the breakout retest was followed by a 69% move in a fairly short amount of time. Finally, we have gold. Once again, we see a breakout followed by a retest and then a 10% move. Gold naturally doesn't move as much as many stocks is live, but the important point is that the price respected the breakout level before moving higher. So I wanted to show you all these examples simply to demonstrate how the breakout retest pattern works across different markets and why I find it to be such an interesting setup. So guys, if you have liked the video so far, let me request you to kindly give this video a thumbs up and also comment on the video. If you are a subscriber to the channel, YouTube will show you the video first, and based on your engagement with the video in the form of likes and comments, YouTube will decide whether it wants to push it to new viewers or not. So if you are a subscriber to the channel, I kindly request you to please give this video a like and also comment so that it is pushed to a wider audience. The viewership of the channel in recent times has reduced drastically, so I would need your help.